Friends, I am so excited about this tutorial today. The question that led to this tutorial is probably one of the top 5 questions we get, and that is, how do you create a custom panel, t-shirt panel file and upload it to our website? Tutorial for it is on our blog, so if you're here on our home screen, you just go helpful resources and click on blog. You'll see this blog post, create your own custom t-shirt panel in Canva. So a few kind of housekeeping items. I decided to create this tutorial based on Canva because Canva is free for anybody to use. You don't have to be a professional graphic designer to use it. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to pay an arm and a leg for expensive software. You can just have a free account in Canva and use this and follow this tutorial. Second bit of housekeeping is that this tutorial is not going to show you how to create the graphics that you'll use on your panel. It is just going to show you how to use our panel templates to create the print file that you would use to print the t-shirt panels. So you will need to have the graphics. You'll need to create or purchase the graphics that you're going to use on these panels before you use this tutorial. Okay, so that's what those first 2 paragraphs of our blog post cover, and then you're going to scroll down and you see, okay, I have my graphics, now what? And you're going to decide, am I making a child-sized t-shirt panel or am I making an adult-sized t-shirt panel? We're going to click on the child size panel just for the sake of this tutorial. A screen's going to pop up that says Diana Rammel created this and is sharing it with you. Do you want to use it? Yes, go ahead and use that template. When you click on that template link from our blog, it will bring you into Canva, and this is what you will see. This is the template to lay out your t-shirt panels. So this template is 58 inches wide by 36 inches long, so that's a full yard. And you'll see some text boxes on here, and then this right here, these are our instructions. So you're going to want to make sure you read through those, you follow those instructions. You will have no problem creating this t-shirt panel for the file for printing. So the very first thing it says is make sure that your guides are turned on. So the guides are these blue lines right here. I already have the guides turned on in my Canva account, but if you don't, you will need to come up to File and then View Settings, and you'll see Show Rulers and Guides. So if I click that, you'll see they go off. Yep. Okay, so we're going to turn them back on just so you are aware these will not print in the downloaded file that you'll upload for printing. They're just here to help us make sure we get the correct placement of our graphics on our panel. Okay, so we're doing a child size panel here. And the image that we recommend on a child size panel is a 5x7. And so that's what this little box creates, a 5x7. So that's why this text says replace this text box with your panel design. Now you should already have the graphic or the text that you want to put here designed. So wherever you have that saved on your computer, you're going to come over here to the left on Canva, and you see I'm circling this uploads. If you click on uploads, then you're going to be able to then search files on your computer and upload whatever graphic is you're going to use. For this tutorial, I already have a few things uploaded, so I'm going to use this Good Vibes Only flower panel, and then I'm going to use some text that I created to kind of mimic what you could make for like a family reunion t-shirt or something like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on this Good Vibes Only flower panel. If I click on it, it pops it right over here into our template. So you can see, okay, this is much larger than our 5x7 space, right? So just click on these handles and drag it until it is small enough to kind of fit, to be the size of that, to fill that 5x7 space. I've got it kind of sized. I mean, it's similar in size, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this text because we want to replace this text with our image. I'll click on that text, and you can either hit delete or hit this trash button, and then we're going to move my image into here. So you can see depending on the aspect ratio of the image that you're using, the graphic that you're using for the panel, it may fit exactly within a 5x7, it may not. And you can just kind of play with this and figure out what's going to work well for you and for your personal taste and for your specific project. But so I am going to, because this is kind of hanging over the 5x7, the 5 inches on the width, I'm going to scale this down just a little bit and kind of center it, and then I think that's going to be good. So I'm going to leave that one for the first panel. Now the cool thing about this template is that you could do 3 of the same and get 3 of the same type of panel on this layout, or you could do 3 different ones, and you could create 3 different child panels on this layout. So if you were going to do the same, you could click on this graphic and hit this plus sign, and that's going to duplicate it. So you could duplicate it, drag it over to the next, do the same thing, fill the next, and then you'd have a layout of all 3 panels ready to go. But I'm going to delete that, and I want to pop in these words over here that I have that we're going to simulate. I've made up a fake family reunion. So I'm going to do the same thing, pop it into my layout, and then we're going to scale it. I'm going to delete this text box and bring this over to the 5x7 box. And I like that. I like that it's a little bit wider than 5x7 just because that's the look I'm going for. And then I am going to print this one a second time. So we're going to delete this, come over here, and duplicate my graphic, pop it back into the 5x7 box. Okay, so if I'm looking at this, I think that looks great. Now I have 1 Good Vibes Only panel and 2 Family Reunion panels on this layout, and that will work for 3 different children's shirts, and I think that is perfect. Okay, so coming back down here to our instructions, it says that we need to download our file, and then it gives us some more instructions about how to upload them correctly to our website. And then the very last thing says delete this text box so it doesn't print on your downloaded design file. Make sure, read through the instructions, take a screenshot of the instructions. The instructions are also on the blog. You can find them, so multiple places. Just make sure you delete them before you download your panel for printing, or they will print on your panel, and that would be really sad. So I'm just going to trash that. Okay, before I download this file, I'm going to come up here where it says copy of child panel custom print layout, and I'm going to rename it because this is the name of the template, and you could use this template over and over and over again, and it's going to be confusing if it says copy of child panel every time. So I am going to rename this, and we're going to rename it Good Vibes Only and Ramel Reunion. Okay, so now that I've got that renamed, we're going to come all the way to the right over here. We're going to click on the share button, and down this menu you'll see the download option. If you look on file type, our instructions did say that you need to have a JPEG or a PNG file. It automatically populates to the PNG file, and that's totally fine. Just go ahead and use it. So I'm going to click download. And while Canva is doing its thing with our download, I'm going to pop back over to our website. So scrolling back to the top under the custom printing drop down, you will see upload and print your own designs. So we're going to click on that. And then we're going to select the check boxes that say, yes, I have the copyright permission for this file, and I've read the custom printing best practices. And then we're going to click on upload our file. So choose our file. Our Canva just automatically saves my files to my downloads, so I'm going to come find it here in the downloads. And here it is, Good Vibes Only and Ramel Reunion. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Okay, so here it comes up in the preview, and I'm doing a 12-inch preview, and I just see the 1 panel. So remember, in Canva, I showed you that our layout is a full yard, right? 58 wide by 36 long. So we're going to switch to this full width preview option right here. and it'll show us 58 inches by 36 inches, and that looks a little bit crazy. We have some extra panels in there, right? One of the steps in the instructions was to make sure that you set the width to 58 inches. So we're going to type in 58 right here and click the set button, and now we see we have our 3 child panels across the width of this fabric in 1 yard. So the last thing to do then is to go ahead and select your fabric type and your quantity. And remember, we sell by the half yard, so if you're wanting this full yard panel, you need to select a quantity of 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it on cotton spandex jersey because I think that will be great for my project, and add to cart. And that's it. You can do this as many times as you want. Our blog post has, you can come back here and see it has a template for both the child size panel and the adult size panel, so the sky's the limit. Go ahead and create as many panels as you want, and let's see what you make with these, friends. I'm excited.